passport and I-20, please.
Here you go, officer.
Why have you decided to study in the United States?
I believe the United States offers a strong education system, especially in the field of data analytics. The University of Bridgeport provides a comprehensive program that aligns perfectly with my career goals. I also want to gain exposure to different perspectives and technologies that are widely used in the industry.
Why did you choose the University of Bridgeport specifically?
The University of Bridgeport stood out to me because of its well-rounded curriculum in data analytics. They have a strong emphasis on both theoretical knowledge and practical application, which is crucial in this field. Additionally, the faculty's expertise and the university's connections with industry leaders make it an ideal place for me to develop the skills needed for my career.
How did you learn about the University of Bridgeport?
I researched various universities that offer strong programs in data analytics. I also consulted with education counselors and alumni who have studied in the U.S. University of Bridgeport consistently came up as a top choice for the quality of education and the opportunities it offers.
Who is going to sponsor your education?
My parents will be sponsoring my education. They own a successful restaurant business, which has been running for over a certain number of years. They have saved and planned carefully to ensure that my education is fully funded.
Can you explain how your parents' restaurant business is doing financially?
Certainly. Our family restaurant has been profitable for many years. We have steady revenue with a strong customer base. My parents have made significant savings over the years, and they have sufficient funds to cover my tuition and living expenses throughout my studies in the U.S.
Do you have any documentation to support that?
Yes, I have financial statements, bank statements, and other relevant documents that show the financial stability of our family business. You hand over the documents.
What are your plans after completing your degree?
After completing my degree, I plan to return to Morocco and apply the skills I've learned in the field of data analytics. My goal is to work in a data-driven industry or even start my own data consulting firm, helping businesses leverage data for better decision-making.
What if you get a job offer in the U.S. after graduation?
Well, it's a possibility. My primary goal is to return home and contribute to the growth of the data analytics field in Morocco. I want to use the knowledge and experience I gain in the U.S. to make a positive impact in my home country.
Thank you for your answers. Your visa is approved.
Thank you so much.
Good morning. Can I have your passport and DS-160 confirmation page, please?
Good morning, sure. Here are my passport and DS-160 confirmation.
Can you tell me which university you have applied to and the program you will be pursuing?
I have applied to Indiana University Bloomington for a master's in political science.
Why did you choose Indiana University, and how did you learn about their political science program?
I chose Indiana University because of its strong reputation in political science, especially in areas I am interested in, such as international relations. I discovered the program through extensive research online and spoke with alumni who had positive experiences.
What are your plans after completing your master's in political science?
Upon completing my master's, I plan to return to my home country and contribute to the political landscape by applying the knowledge and skills I gained during my studies.
Can you tell me how this degree aligns with your career goals?
Certainly. A master's in political science will provide me with a deep understanding of global politics, which is crucial for my career goals in diplomatic service. I believe the program at Indiana University will equip me with the necessary analytical and research skills.
How do you plan to finance your education at Indiana University?
I have secured a scholarship from Indiana University that covers a significant portion of my tuition. Additionally, I have sufficient funds in my bank account to cover living expenses.
Can you share more details about your financial plan?
Certainly, I have a scholarship that covers 50% of my tuition costs. The remaining funds will be covered by personal savings and support from my parents.
What ties do you have to your home country, and how do you plan to return after completing your studies?
I have strong ties to my home country, including family and property ownership. Moreover, my career goal is to contribute to the political landscape of my country, and I see a master's from Indiana University as a crucial step in achieving that goal.
Can you explain any significant gaps in your educational or employment history?
There are no significant gaps in my educational or employment history. I have consistently pursued my education and gained practical experience through internships relevant to my field.
Your visa application is approved. You will receive your passport within a week with the visa stamped.
Thank you so much.
So don't forget to watch my other F1 visa interview practices, and I wish you best of luck. And don't forget to comment, share, like, subscribe, or dislike, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers!
Why do you wish to study in the USA?
I want to study in the US because it is one of the most popular study destinations for higher education amongst foreign students, and it has some of the best universities in the world. Universities in America support their international students, they have a flexible education system, are culturally diverse, have high-ranking programs, and give students the opportunity to study and work as well.
Why did you choose the course you are applying for?
I am passionate about studying engineering, and I would love to expand my knowledge of it. In my country, we do not have many experts in this field, but I believe that what I learned during my studies would help me improve the existing systems in my country and equip me to stand out as well. This will help me establish a career once I come home.
How many universities did you apply to before you got accepted and why?
Before I got accepted to study at MIT, I also applied to Harvard University and New York University. I chose these schools because during my research, they proved to be the best universities in the world that offer an undergraduate program on robotics engineering.
Did you get accepted by all the universities?
No, I did not get accepted to all the universities.
Which schools rejected you and why?
Of all the schools I applied for, I was rejected by Duke University and University of California. My rejection was due to the fact that they didn't find me a good fit for their program.
What are the names of the universities you got accepted to?
I got accepted into MIT University, Harvard University, and Stanford University.
What is the name of the college or university you want to study in and why did you choose it?
I chose to study at MIT because it has some of the best faculty members in my field of study whom I greatly admire.
Why don't you want to study in your home country?
My country is reputed globally for having a reasonable educational system, yet it cannot be compared with that of the USA. The US is home to the majority of the high-ranking universities in the world, and obtaining a degree from one of those world-class institutions is a feat I hope to achieve one day. Additionally, the field of study I wish to major in is not taught in my country.
Did you get any scholarships?
No, I did not get a scholarship.
Who is sponsoring your education?
My parents will be the ones sponsoring my education and funding my cost of living in the US for the duration of my studies.
What do your parents do?
My mother is an accountant, and my father is an architect.
How much do your parents earn?
My parents earn up to $10,000 annually.
Do you have relatives in the US?
No, I do not have any immediate family in the US.
Have you visited the US before?
No, this would be my first time visiting the US.
How long do you intend on staying in the United States?
I intend to stay in the US for 4 years, which is the allotted duration for my course.
What did you score on your tests?
I took the test of English as a foreign language test and I scored 95.
Can we see your high school transcripts?
Yes, sir. I have my high school transcripts here, you can see it.
From your bank statement, we can see that several large amounts were recently deposited. Can you explain where all this money came from?
Before this interview, I made a recent transfer of all my funds from my other savings accounts to the bank which owns the bank statement you are seeing now. That is why the recent transfer amounts are high.
What is the tuition of the university you wish to study in?
The tuition of the school I want to attend is $50,000 a year for an undergraduate course.
What about your living expenses and accommodation fee?
The living expenses and accommodation fee I have allotted for the duration of my stay in the US are stated in the bank statement. They are the same amount which is advised for a student to have to live comfortably in the country. Also, anything else I need, my parents who are sponsoring my education will provide for me.
What will you do after graduating?
After graduation, I will be returning to my home country to become an engineer, using what I have learned in school.
Do you plan to work while studying in the US?
During my studies, I would prefer to focus on school, but work on campus if I get the opportunity to do so.
Considering the current state of the US economy, why do you want to go there?
The US job market does not have a direct effect on me as a student. I am only going there to further my studies.
Most applicants eventually turn to potential immigrants. What about you? Will you be returning to your country after your course?
Yes, I wish to return to my home country after my studies in the US. There is a large shortage of skilled professionals who major in the course I am now going to study in my country. With my qualifications, I could make a huge difference in my community.
If you run out of funding in the US, what will you do?
Before I applied for studies, I was concerned about the cost of living in the US, so I made sure that I have enough funding to cater for the duration of my stay here.
Are you currently in a relationship?
No, I am not currently in a relationship. I am still single.
Which cities do you wish to travel to in the US?
I haven't really thought about traveling around the US. My main focus will be on my studies and schoolwork, which will keep me occupied.
Why should we give you a student visa?
An opportunity to study in the US won't just change my life, but it will transform my community as well. The knowledge I will gain at the university, I can apply that to developing my country and creating job opportunities for the unemployed.
What are your plans if your student visa is not approved?
I really wish to study in the United States, but I will respect the decision of the embassy and then reapply. This time I will prepare the necessary documents and try to do better than I did today.